I am Mario Munoz, member A, and ready to do the argument.
This is Les Rose, member B, lab argument cases.
This is Edwin Vaught, and I am member C. I've been told that I'm member C now. So let's get this done.
I like that.
All right. So, 2 we got here. What type of fallacy has been committed? I selected, I think, C, because Maria is believing what a scientist with a PhD in botany is saying about UFOs just because he's a scientist and not an expert in the field.
I think we're all pretty much in agreement on that one. Let's go to some of the ones that we did not or we don't agree on,
Right.
because I know there's going to be some lengthy discussions on what we think. So
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You want me to hit this one? I'll just kind of overview this one. That way we can kind of trade them off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Number 3, from Danielle's perspective, what type of argument is she making? We all chose A. Then it's based on the observation, which came from the story. I mean, there was a news story, and that's where they made their observation from.
Cool. What was she saying on this one? What are the premise and the conclusion? What type do they follow? And I think I added some more to that about the premises. What is XYZ News was wrong. XYZ News is always biased and cannot be trusted on anything. Conclusion. So I have no reason to change my mind about the immigration. I think that was kind of what where she wanted us to go with that was what the premise and the conclusion were on that.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, Eddie, and I'm going to put it right there, so that can just be responding to her. So I'll just copy and paste yours. So I agree with that, unless Les, you got.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Good.
All right. Looks like our 4 we all agreed there. So we'll go ahead and just highlight that. And she didn't give us any feedback.
Okay.
Same thing with 5.
Yeah.
Same thing here with 6.
All of this ballad and sound just throws me off, man.
I know. I'll get it. I'll understand it for a minute, and then it'll change on me, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got to recalibrate here.
Yeah.
It does get a little confusing, and all the fallacies together just kind of start running together.
Together, yes.
Yeah.
Now here comes the 1.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hold up on 10. Yeah.
Yeah, this one we're okay. So.
All right, so I'll and like I said, this is where it gets crazy. But I did add to this from what when she's talking about giving us more thought. What are the definitions of valid and sound? And I did go back and look up the definitions of both valid and sound and like the arguments and how they work. But so she drank the tea, her headache went away. So the tea must have cured her headache. So the premise is there's no telling which cured the headache, the removal of the stress, the Tylenol, or the tea. But the argument she makes is sound. So that's why I picked not valid but sound, because it was the point is she believes that the correlation causation is she drank the tea and her headache went away, but she overlooked the rest of the whole. So honestly, I don't know what direction we should go on that.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm confused as get out on this one.
So I guess we'll read this one again real quick.
Yeah, let's kind of refresh the story with us.
So 5th argument, Julie was suffering from a very bad headache the morning she was scheduled to take a major exam. Her friend Anna suggested that she drink an herbal tea before going to class to treat the headache. Anna decided she might as well take it because the Tylenol she had taken earlier that day didn't seem to be working. So she drank the tea, which was very pleasant tasting, and by the time the test was over, her headache was gone. Julie told her friend that the herbal tea was amazing because it had definitely cured her headache. She was so impressed, she said she would recommend it to all of her friends who suffer from headaches.
The question was, is the the argument. And so, Eddie, you were saying the argument is she drank the tea and the headache went away?
Yeah, well, so looking for what the conclusion is, and I know that's what she is. What's the definition of valid and sound? And I went and I looked in the book and like read all about valid and sound and cogent and all those different arguments and stuff like that, and I added to that. So like, what you have to kind of look at, like, what is the conclusion? Like, what is the conclusion of this particular argument? And I think all of us, like, right away was like, so the tea must have cured her headache. But I think that was more of a premise on that. So I'm saying, looking at it, it's and I picked C, and originally I think I picked B, the same as I guess Les or Mario. But but what I'm thinking it is, after looking at it, is it's not valid, but it is sound, because her agreement is it's a sound argument, but it's not valid because she doesn't use the correct logic to come to that conclusion. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah. So what's the difference between sound and definitely sound? I mean, is there
Definitely sound is not a it's
Okay.
not one.
It's not. Okay. All right.
I'm good either way on any. I mean, this one just confuses me.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, because it's not valid because there's no way of actually knowing, but it's I guess sound
Logic.
like
Yeah.
Sound logic.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we'll do the final answer. Everybody good?
I think so.
We'll find out.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did we see what on the last one, what we missed that we didn't, not question, but the last lab?
There was, which one was it? I went back and looked. There was one. It was one question that we did not get correct. I forgot which one it was. It says in there. I think if we pull up the lab and look, you can tell which one it was.
We'll pull that up here after we knock this out. So 11, we all got B, no feedback on there.
Right.
This
was one I had different than y'all, and I went back and I reread it, looked into it, and it came to the same conclusion that it was those four were actual premises. And I noted on here.
Answer edited.
I edited my answer. Edited so I changed mine to the same.
Okay.
All right. So we're all agreement there. We'll do I. Final answer. Here.
Now this is the one I was looking at in the book, and the reason I chose H is because the premise support both of these conclusions. Both A and B are conclusions, and I think this is the one about the Chinese medicine, about it being looking for a blended approach, and the fact that I can't remember what the other one, that a blended approach is needed, and Western medicine is not adequate for.
Is lacking, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And so.
Read the argument again. Janssen conclusion from everything. You can't have more than one conclusion. So I think that's pointing us in the direction I think that Eddie's saying. They're both.
I feel that, because like you said, those are the conclusions. That it's not all, and these are the premises. Like that was what was right before. I mean, Paul had cancer, so that can't be correct.
Right.
So
I think that's a premise. So.
Yep. H, you good with that, Les?
Yeah, I am. I think after seeing her notes and looking into it, I think I agree.
Yeah, and two, I think, man, I might have been tired or something reading that, because once you go back and read them, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
You know?
Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, I know I was, because I was going through here reading mine, and I was like, man, there's typos and spaces where spaces shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It seems like these are like back to back to back. Like we finished one and you're already starting the ILQ on the next one. And
I know.
Yeah.
Don't
which one were
mention
we
the word
talking about?
ILQ. Don't mention ILQ.
So, all righty. So here we got number 14. What type of argument is this? Inductive or deductive?
All right. So, let's. The reason that I chose deductive, and I know both of you guys have inductive, is from what I was reading. From reading it, inductive is anything that is like supposedly or probably or maybe, that anything that is suggestive. Whereas a deductive argument is a firm statement, like it is obviously true. And that's the reason that I chose deductive. And then I did go back and look at that. What kind of argument do they make up? And then I added to my answer. So look, if you guys think anything is different, then by all means. But that's how I perceive it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's not A, it's got to be B. So,
It's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. I guess like to help me further. So, like I was thinking like deductive is anything that you take from actual facts, or anything like you take from. An inductive, like you said, is something that is kind of like hearsay, like based upon stuff. Is that kind of what?
Well, if you look at, and I don't remember what page it's on, but when they're talking about inductive and they give you the key words, for an inductive argument and a deductive argument, and all the keywords for an inductive argument are probably, maybe, could be, whereas the deductive argument, the keywords on there were anything that was a logical statement that said this is what it is, and that's the only, because it and the biggest keyword in there was this is obviously true, and it wasn't could be true or possibly true, or the facts clearly show as opposed to could show. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I.
So which one is maybe sometime? Which one is that?
That's inductive.
Inductive?
Inductive.
I think I was getting him confused.
Yeah.
And I had to go like on well, that one, that was just weird how it's written, because it's talking about two different statements, or two different conclusions, and that's what was throwing me off. I was like, are we?
I'm searching around online for other examples of them. Just trying to, in my mind, get it straight.
Yeah. We'll move on to 15. We'll look that up. Got four more.
Okay.
So number 15, this argument is, and this is where we all got a different one as well. I put not valid and sound. Again, I put that because, it sounds good, but it's not valid because there's, I guess, no scientific study done on it. It's just been, Eastern medicine. So that's why I chose that. I mean, but
Yeah, I said not valid and not sound because it can't be based off one. There needs to be additional information. More supporting facts, evidence, more not premises, but more supporting information. That's what I was getting at.
And I don't even know why I put what I put. I think I was really tired, and
Okay, so the argument is, what is the argument on this section? Just go back to the chat. The argument is the
Western medicine and the blended approach. It needs to be a blended approach between Western medicine and ancient.
ancient Chinese, not customs. I'm trying to think of the word.
Eastern approach is based on centuries of use, and modern Western approach is based on experimentation. So he's basically saying that blending the two is a better approach to the overall.
Right.
Right.
So that's the argument.
So we think the argument is sound. We think the argument is valid, but not sound.
Well, that's not even an option. So our
That's not even an option.
Not valid, but sound. I mean,
and I think that's why I put a strong argument, because I mean,
and I see that too. Like, okay, you've got centuries of people using this medicine, but you also got, none of it's been scientifically studied, through the scientific method, but obviously it does something for people, versus, Western medicine where it's trial, double-blind studies and all that.
Right.
But I mean, I guess that is a strong argument though too. It maybe if we do blend the two, maybe we will have, something better than just Western or just Eastern by itself.
Right.
So
do we believe the argument is valid? I mean, if the answer is yes, then it has to be C, because valid is not even an answer here. I mean, so it would have to be a C answer.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, I'm just in my head, if we think that is true, that is a true argument, then C is the only answer we can pick, because the other options are not valid.
All right.
I think we just talked ourselves into that one.
Yep. And so this 16, we all got that one correct. So 17.
This is the one where you come up with the two alternative hypotheses.
See here.
Yes.
To further support his argument, Yats noted there are more Chinese people in the world than any other people, about 1.3 billion. Given this, the fact that they use herbal cures proves that the herbal cures work. Herbal cures enables so many people to survive and cause the country to have such a large population. His point is that there wouldn't be so many Chinese people if the cures didn't work. What type of fallacy has been committed? And explain how it is an example of this type of fallacy. Also, give two alternative hypotheses for the fact that China has such a big population. It shouldn't have to be stated, but please do not be racist when answering this question. So I think cause and effect fallacy, because the reason they have so many people affect is because they use herbal remedies.
I picked hasty generalization. I mean, he just broadly paints this stroke that basically that refers to all Chinese people taking this tea. It may be a tea that all Chinese people drink in their homes, but it doesn't say anything about that. He's just making the general statement that, well, there's a bunch of Chinese people, so they all must drink this tea.
Is correlation causation even a fallacy?
I do not know.
Or is that one of our filters, or I don't even know where I came up with that. I got the book right here, but I feel like I saw that somewhere as correlation causation.
Correlation.
But I could see cause and effect fallacy
And that might be kind of what you're aiming. I mean, because correlation, causation, cause and effect. I don't. Let's see. Not sure. Yeah, and I think I was just tying it back to something that was in here. I didn't even give two different hypotheses.
Yeah. I think we both did. Leslie and I did. And then the same thing was another hypothesis could be China is a much older society, therefore there are more people,
Right.
and or Chinese people grow and eat much healthier food, therefore they live longer and have more people.
So I think those yeah.
See, cause and effect fallacy is a fallacy that occurs when someone claims that because two things are typically occur together, that one causes the other. However, the two things do not have any cause-effect relationship.
Cool. Yeah. So, and what was the hasty generalization is pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, it's a fallacy in which a conclusion that is reached is not logically justified by sufficient or unbiased evidence.
Damn, both of those are really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's we can work ourselves into either one probably.
Yeah.
And I guess too, how would we mark this one? Would we just have to copy or mark one of these purple or?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, or write another underneath C. Write another one that's in the purple, and that would be the one we chose as a group. I mean, either way would be. I think would be fine as long as it's
right there is where she says group answer. You'll need to create an agreed upon answer.
Oh, right. Yeah, there it is.
Here.
There you go. The next line. There we go. The font is small. It's hard to see.
I know it is.
All righty. So
well, let's see. Which one y'all want to go with? I'm good with either one. I mean,
yeah.
they both of them seem to make sense. I would lean toward the cause and effect fallacy, just because it's one we looked at more in this lesson than the hasty generalization. Even though hasty generalization is a fallacy that's in there, I think. What did I say those words again? Let me go back to my definitions.
yeah. So here too, you want to just copy these two hypotheses and.
I think those two hypotheses. I think Eddie and I are right on. I mean, I think they're good. I mean, we all hit the same points.
Yeah.
I think those should be fine.
See, I can't. Let me try to strip that. Yeah, I'm not sure how to strip that. Done one. I guess I'm gonna have to type it out real quick.
It won't let you change the color.
We'll let you change the color.
I'm trying to highlight it, but it won't. Now it's doing it. Let's see.
Yeah, the wiki is weird, man. It does some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, both of you guys are IT guys. Y'all should know that.
Man, we don't know
Just
everything.
the word wiki, bro. Uh-oh, we're hitting time limit.
Yeah, we might be. Hold on, let me see here. I'm gonna try to copy this again.
Shit, we're at about 28 minutes.
Will wiki not let you copy and paste?
It will. I just have to control V instead of
Oh.
instead of right click and
Click
paste.
paste.
So when I
Paste it though, it changes color. It won't let you reduce the green.
yeah, it keeps that green on there.
Go to. Can you change it to no? Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Remove formatting. There we
Now
go.
hit it.
There we go. All right, we
I
found
knew you guys could figure it out.
All right. Couple more, I think.
Okay. So
That's
man,
the
this is a long one. Vegetarian war against ranchers.
See which ones do we miss? Do we have anything that are different?
No, but she's and that was my screw up. And that was probably I had picked like A on that one, appeal to the masses and straw man. That's why she said that. So I went back and changed it to. I had the same thing you guys had. I just had picked the wrong one, but my answer was right, or my for whatever. But
I
yeah,
got you.
That was my bad.
Okay. Okay. So you went back there and fixed that one then.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right.
We all had the same. I just put letter A instead of B. I don't know why.
Inductive, that's the same. We all got Lisa. Oh, you will want to create an agreed upon group response here. We all did Lisa. We didn't get any feedback, so.
She used inductive reasoning on her talk or her own observations. She didn't attack him. I just put she was very objective, and very business-like. I guess is an good way to put it. Eddie, she restated the statistics. Yeah, any of those. I mean, big dog.
Yeah, he's dumb.
We'll just copy this one right here since we didn't get any feedback either way, so they should all be right. Paste. All right, this one.
B.
C on 20.
Group answer you'll want to create. There's another one.
Oh yeah. So, and this is the one that I actually when I submitted this one, I had like need fallacy here, so I didn't even have a fallacy on that one. But I picked all the conclusions or the statements out of there that were the premise to the fallacy. So he's basing his belief on the fact that she went to Stephen F. Austin. She is a scientist that makes her an atheist, and she is wrong because she is a woman.
Agreed.
We all had that.
Yeah, we all had. Yeah.
So it was the hasty generalization, like he made a generalization about people who went to Stephen F. Austin. The appeal to the person or ad hominem because he's attacking her specifically, and then genetic fallacy for the woman comment.
So you good with that, Les?
Yeah, I'm good.
This one we all had yes. Dakota knows that becoming a licensed doctor requires a lot of time, effort, studying, and testing to be able to practice. So that's the appeal to authority. So we all selected yes, and because we all pretty much had the same answer.
We all got the
Yeah.
same.
Copy that.
All right.
All
You want
right.
to give it the once over?
Yep.
Anthony, make sure.
Start over from the beginning. One was already done. 2C, 3A, 4B, 5B, 6B, 7F, 8B, 9B, 10C decided, 11B, 12, we decided A, 13A, 14, we did B, 15, 16, 17, that's our group answer. 18, 19A, 20, our group answer. 21B, 22, 23, there's our group answer. 24, there's our group answer.
And we're done.
We're done.
Awesome.
All right. Don't forget to go do y'all's eval.
Yes.
We
And
need
make sure
all-
you pick the right group member.
That's right. We need all those easy points we can get.
I know, man, I'm telling you. So I'm going to submit, and we got to do our feedback.
Yep.
And I will upload this here in a minute once it encodes. So,
Gotcha.
Awesome.
That'll work. Thank you, boys. We'll talk to y'all
Yep.
over the weekend, I'm
I
sure.
guess, yeah, we'll probably message if whoever does the test first or whatever, just, give a shout. Like I said, I'm probably going to do it. I'm probably going to do it Saturday before, probably around,
Make sure you get way before 5 o'clock, man.
Yeah, because there's a 2-hour time limit, so
Yes.
you want to give yourself plenty of time.
Yeah. So that was one of the questions on the I understand
Yeah,
thing.
you'll see that on the I understand.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys.
Guys. We all
All right,
have
man,
a good
y'all-
one.
All right,
We'll
you
talk
too.
to y'all later.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.